Welcome back to Beelzebub the Jag. I'm going to change the fuel pressure regulator. I'm absolutely sure that that's been playing up intermittently, and I've got a brand new one here. Bizarrely, there was no part listed for 4.2 straight 6. So I bought a V12 part, but it appears to be exactly the same part. But it's brand new, Lucas part, and I can't remember what I've had it. She had it for about 10 days or so. I've just really not had time to fit it. I've been so busy with the salon getting reopened. Now, ordinarily, because you're dealing with the fuel system, you're supposed to, what you would normally do, and what you're supposed to do is pull out, and it's just behind. This is all for the LPG, and all this piping and wiring. There's a relay sitting behind there for the fuel pump, and is it for the fuel pump? I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, is it the fuel pump? I can't remember. Yes, it is. Yeah, there's a fuel pump relay. So to stop the car pumping, I don't want pressure in the system. But I just can't be bothered, if I'm truthful with you, to unscrew all this. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to release this pipe here, and there'll be about 250 millilitres of petrol inside there. It's not ideal, and I've got an absolutely enormous fire extinguisher down here. Should I have a problem, I don't think I will. The neighbours are standing just behind me, puffing away on dope. So that's the only thing that might cause a fire is the reefers. But never mind. I'm going to spray some petrol. Let's just get this loose. This is not the way to be doing this job. It really isn't. But this is the way I'm going to do it, and it will save me a good 30 minutes stripping down half of the LPG system to get access to the relay. It's what you would normally do. Whoop, it's squirting because it's really under pressure. Let me pinch the pipe. I don't fancy a mouthful of it. There we go. Oh, you won't be able to see it, but it's really spraying. There we go. That's it. It's all sprayed down underneath the car. About 250 millilitres, and it will drain backwards here. What? Excuse somebody cursing and swearing. Ice cream man. If you heard that guy cursing and swearing, I'm sorry about that. Never mind, it happens. I'm working in the streets. He wasn't swearing at me, he was just swearing into his phone. Yeah, anyway, what you would normally do, the way to do this is to pull out, there's 3 relays just behind this here, and you pull the middle one out. I believe it's the middle one that operates the fuel pump. So you disengage the fuel pump and crank the engine, and what it will do, the engine will suck out by vacuum. It will suck. It won't blow any more petrol in, but it will, by vacuum, it will suck whatever's in this fuel rail in the injectors, and it sucks it into the engine, so you don't have the fuel going absolutely everywhere. But the fuel's gone everywhere now. It's done. It's not a problem. I haven't got a fire, so let's just see if we can undo this. It's not the biggest of jobs, to be honest with you. I just haven't had time. I've been extraordinarily busy this last week or so. There we go. Probably get a bit of leakage here, but so be it. Not too bad. Just a few tiny little dribbles, but that's to be expected. Now then, pull off this. There's a vacuum hose. I think that vacuum hose is due to be. Have I changed it? I can't remember. No, that's old. I do have some brand new hose somewhere. I just haven't got around to doing that. What else have we got? A 3/4 inch spanner. Which way does this go? Bloody hell. God, honestly, it's noisy around here. But it's normal, these people. I'm used to the noise. I make a lot of, well, not noise, but I'm a bit of a nuisance working on my car, but we just tolerate each other. I tolerate the swearing and the cursing and the smoking of dope, and they tolerate me fiddling with this car. There we go. That's it. Okay, that one's out. It's literally it's a 5-minute job. It's not the biggest of jobs, this. with a bit of luck, well, I do have quite a lot of leakage here. It's going everywhere. Come on. I can't actually get my my socket in, not socket, the spanner's a bit on the clumsy side, so let's just use these, whatever they're called, can't remember. They're plumber's pliers, aren't they? There we go, do excuse the noise. Oh, come on, a bit more with the plumber's pliers. Okay. Okay. Right. You can see yeah, these parts are identical to the part numbers on there. There's a bit of muck in there. That can't have helped. Just spray the petrol everywhere. I need this nut and washer. I'm going to put this on the ground because it's pissing petrol everywhere. There we go, pop the washer in. It's a very straightforward job. The difficulty is just the amount of fuel you spill, which is just a bit of a nuisance, but not the end of the world. But had I done the job properly and disconnected the relay, cranked the engine to pull the extra, the pressurised fuel through, I wouldn't have got covered in it. It wouldn't be dribbling everywhere, but I've got away with it. Come on. There we go. Just excuse my body being in the way of the camera. There we go. Okay, that's that one. There's the put the vacuum back on. It's a very, very straightforward job. Just let's connect this hose. There we go. Go on. Go on, that's it. Here we go. There we go. Nearly in. Come on. That's it. No, I pulled the clamp off. That's not what I wanted. There we go. As I said, I've been meaning to do this job for a couple of weeks. I've just been so busy with the reopening of the salon for the first time in about 4.5 months. I've just really had other priorities. The salon's had to take, for obvious reasons, it's had to take priority. It's actually nice to be earning again. I've not earned really anything for the best part of a year. The salon's been closed, and I've had the fixed costs of the salon going forward, and absolutely nothing coming in. But anyway, right, there's one done. I need to tighten this one a little bit more. Okay, reasonably tight. Let's get this this old clamp. This is literally it. And I do hope that it will be. Yeah, I got a bit of a fright about 3 weeks ago on the motorway. The engine it wasn't running LPG as it normally does. It had run out of LPG, so I was back on petrol, and it just shuddered to the engine just seemed to lose power, and I'm sure what had happened, the regulator, I'm sure the regulator was remaining open. It was allowing the fuel to pass straight through the rail and return to the tank without building up any pressure. And I'm sure it was literally stuck open, and the engine just lost all power. There was nothing I could do, and I was on the motorway. It was a horrible experience. I did manage to sort of limp it to a safer area. I turned it off, left it a minute, turned it back on, and it was fine. So, right, let's just do this final clamp up. There we go. And I'll fire it up in a minute, and I'll check for leaks. Hopefully there'll be no leaks. We don't want leaks. Right. Okay. I think that's everything. Let me just put the keys in the. I'm going to put the keys in the ignition. See what happens. Okay. Let's just turn the key and prime the prime the system. I'm going to turn it. Here we go. Well, that's running beautifully. I need to tighten that up a touch more. Just checking the leaks. That's perfect. Done. Yeah, it was about a 5-minute job. Perfect. So hopefully there'll be no more catastrophes. Just sort of losing power on the motorway. Of course, that wouldn't have happened if the car was still running on LPG. Let's just turn that off. If it was still running on LPG, and the LPG feeds the injectors under its own pressure. It's under quite a lot of pressure in the tank. It doesn't have a pump, so you've got no mechanical sort of pump breakdowns with LPG. But I'd run out of LPG, and it automatically reverts back to petrol. And then I'm just sure this failed and or became intermittent. And fingers crossed. I think we're okay.